What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld Podcast, and today we're going to be talking about the final game of Week 8, 2019 Monday Night Football, the Dolphins and the Steelers. Now, me watching this game was similar to me trying to rip my eye sockets out because ultimately, I don't know where the Steelers are going. Like, this is the way I went into the game. I don't know what the Steelers are doing. Obviously, Roethlisberger not being there is a huge difference. Juju Smith-Schuster, up until this point, hasn't been what we thought he would be. It's just so many things that were going on, and it didn't, disappoint with the start off. The Dolphins go out 14-0, and I'm looking at it, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And then you realize that it's Ryan Fitzpatrick, so he's going to start throwing picks, eventually. And that's pretty much what happened as the game went along. But, the Steelers are 3-4, just to fast forward to that point. So they still have a shot to do something. I don't know what it is because, Mason Rudolph is not going to be Ben Roethlisberger, anytime soon. So you can visibly see what's going on. Also, Juju Smith-Schuster going over 100 yards, that was good to see because, like I said, this is the biggest thing right now. And I want everybody to understand this. AB is a complete, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he is. But the one thing that we do know that he is and that he was a great football player. I'm not sure as far as the mental state of him, the things that he did, but we know now what his impact was. It's not like we didn't know before, but we understand what his impact was on other receivers with the Steelers, because I do believe even without Big Ben Roethlisberger being there, if AB was there, Juju Smith-Schuster would be playing better from the get-go, because ultimately the receivers open up a lot for the quarterback to do. So it's like a balance. And right now, that team right now, they're not scaring anybody. You know what I'm saying? The Steelers are not the Steelers of old. They're not really scaring anyone, in my opinion, because when you look at the game, for the most part, the Dolphins looked like they wanted to lose the game. In the second half, remember, they scored 14 points to start the game. They didn't score anything for the other quarters. Like, they just were like, you know what? Let's go out here and act like we want to win, but we're really going to tank. And that's pretty much what they were doing. So when you look overall at the way the Steelers played, you kind of have the feeling like, all right, they got to start planning for the future, because Big Ben doesn't have that much more years left. Plus, he's the kind of guy that's always talking about retirement anyway. And he's been doing that over the last 3 years. Now you fast forward to, no AB and, everything else that's going on. It's a very, very disturbing situation if you guys out there are Steeler fans, because you just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like, something's going to have to give for them to be a better team. And it's looking like right now, when the way that they went up against the Dolphins and all the stuff that was happening in the game, that, it's gonna be a long road ahead. A quarterback position is a very, very huge thing. And when you look at a guy like Ryan Fitzpatrick, right, and he just comes out and you're the Steelers and they go up 14-0. Like, that's Ryan Fitzpatrick, bro. Like, that dude has played for more teams. Like, that dude right there, I don't know what he's doing, but somehow he comes out and does that. That's a major problem. That's what I was looking at. I'm like, you know what? I didn't even expect the Dolphins to score this game. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, 14-0. What? But again, you got to give them credit. Connor comes out over 100 yards, 143. Dudes are out there trying to ball, but you can visibly see, like I said, when I'm watching the game, I'm trying to see what or who or how is anybody that's available inside of the NFL is going to compete with what the Patriots are doing. And it's not, it's not about Tom Brady. And I've been saying this for since the season started, and I'm looking at the defense and the way that the Patriots are doing it, and they're making it look so easy, and it's really, really wild and ridiculous. But I will tell you this, the 49ers, if they keep playing like that defensively, they really remind me of that Denver Broncos team and the New York Giants teams that beat the Patriots. And I don't want to jump ahead and say, automatically out of the AFC, the Patriots are just going. But if the 49ers, have to play if the 49ers somehow let's just say the 49ers take the NFC. Defensively, they dominate. They're just ready to go, and it doesn't matter. They have a very, very, very huge shot of beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl. It's enormous, okay? Because that's what you look for. That's the kind of thing that you're like, all right, they can send 4 and just dominate whoever, Edelman, whatever's going on, double team the guy in the slot. They can do different things, and Richard Sherman's there. So that is something that is very, very concerning to me as far as who's going to be doing what. But these two teams, these are the kind of games where you're like, all right, bro, You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we trying to get out of here right now? Looking at this game, like, you just have to have as many, distractions as possible. You just try to look and see what's going on every now and again, because you already know pretty much the Steelers could not lose this game. Okay, now let's look at the real, like, the basics of what's going on with the Steelers. Mike Tomlin, right? Pretty much what happened is this. This is why it's unfortunate for the Steelers. If you guys go back, I did a podcast like 4 years ago when right around the time where what did they do? They had just beat a team in the playoffs, and they had the Patriots, and then obviously AB started this foolishness, Facebook Live and stuff like that. Once that happened, and obviously they kept AB, gave him a contract extension, all that stuff. I was very, very disappointed overall with the, just with everybody with the Steelers organization, including Mike Tomlin, because there was no punishment for that. And like, when you don't address things of that nature that are that serious, like the locker room of a football team, it comes back to haunt you. So right now, with the way everything is, I see that Mike Tomlin is trying to build it back up. If you guys saw like the whole locker room situation when he went in there and said, we got to get back to 4-4 and all kind of foolishness he was talking about, it's a whole different thing, because I don't feel that the players are really responding the right way. It's just, you got to be like straight. It's just a straight and narrow situation. It's sort of like this. Many people don't really give Bill Parcells a lot of credit, because they don't remember him back in the olden days. They remember him like the most recent with the, the way it ended with the Cowboys and stuff like that. But he was a straight up dude. Like, this is what we're doing. And everybody has to conform to that. There's certain things that are demanded of you. Bill Belichick, these guys, they demand certain things of you. I don't really see that these players are responding in the same way that they did before. It's just like I said, they go out there, they play as hard as they can, but I don't know if it, back when, before all this AB foolishness was going on and the team was starting to, come together, whatever, with the Steelers. I used to be like, yo, Mike Tomlin, bro, that dude's, he the GOAT. Didn't he try to trip somebody? I think he tried to trip one of the kick returners too. Like, I was like, I like this guy. And then all of a sudden, he just starts letting players do whatever they want. And, everybody's going to look to that and see that those type of things are going on. Then it implodes. The Le'Veon Bell situation, all this stuff. They lost 2 players that were such key parts of their offense. And then on top of that, you get Big Ben is hurt this year. It's just so many things going on. And then the funny thing about it is, in the offseason, Big Ben was running off at the mouth like everything was going to be good. He feels good, all that stuff. Then he goes from that to apologizing to now being injured. So there's so many things that's going on with the Steelers, but I think it starts with the head coach. That's just my opinion, okay? Because you can look and visibly see that something is up and they're not the same team. So I know it's injuries. I know you lose Le'Veon Bell. You lost AB. That's really, really big stuff. But you got to still be able to coach your team to the best of their ability. And I haven't really been impressed with the Steelers. And I don't look at Tomlin the same. You know what I'm saying? Because in a way, it's like you're a lot to blame for all the implosion. Because you're the head coach. Like, that's the thing about it. Head coaches get paid a lot of money to keep these guys, like, even keel. And to make everybody understand, like, we're all, all on the same level. We're good stuff. We're a team. If you can't do that, you're a bad coach. And that's pretty much what I'm looking at right now. Yo, bro, it's not the same thing. So I just want to wait to see how the season plays out, because earlier, before they started winning a couple of games, people were talking about him getting fired in Mike Tomlin. So we'll see what happens along those lines. Definitely not impressed as far as what's going on with their team, offensively or defensively, struggling against the Dolphins. So I don't really put them anywhere in that position to compete as far as going and I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, to be honest, if we look at it like that. But going forward, the 49ers right now, the Saints look tough. Obviously the Patriots, you never know what you're going to get from the Texans, plus JJ Watt is hurt. The Seahawks, there's some big names out there, but when you all sit down and gauge it, I think we all agree that the Patriots are the team to beat. Because until you beat that monster that's just sitting there waiting, it doesn't really matter. Nothing else matters. You just have to try to figure it out, going forward. But I'm very, very excited to see the way it ends, because remember, this is just a halfway point. Well, technically next week, because 17 weeks you get to bye, but it's gonna heat up and get very, very exciting very soon. And a lot of what I'm talking about right now, we'll be able to see if I'm right or wrong. But I think that it's something going on with the Steelers that won't be fixed anytime soon. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Remember, you can always download GmiasWorld Podcast on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Until next time, have a good one. One love, guys.